and welcome, my name is Funamenchi, and today we're going to be taking a look at 3 DVD Gonzo anime box sets that are probably most certainly out of print. I'm not saying that these shows are hard to find, I'm simply saying these really nifty cool box sets you see in front of you are. These sets are immensely out of print for the most part, and you're probably going to have to go on eBay to find them. Thankfully, there are other DVD releases of these shows, and they are indeed on Amazon, so here are their prices and so forth. Witchblade, the complete series, is on Amazon for $26 on DVD with the English dub. Afro Samurai, the DVD, is on Amazon with the English dub for $8. I'm not sure if it's this release or not. Amazon does not have the best of pictures. Last and most certainly not least, Samurai 7, which is on Amazon for $26 on DVD with the English dub. None of these releases, except for maybe Afro Samurai, are the ones you see in front of you. They are different releases. I'm sure still nice, but not as nice. First, we have Witchblade, and might I say, that is some damn fine artwork. To be frank, I'm not a huge fan of this series. I know several people who like it, and that's fine. If you enjoy it, that's perfectly okay. It just wasn't quite my cup of tea. In my opinion, the ecchi scenes didn't work, and if this anime was trying to be an ecchi, it should have been a far more echiness of it. I know that didn't make sense, my point being I wish there was more fan service. To be honest, I really think this show just took itself a bit too seriously. It was trying to be kind of dark and dramatic, and that's fine and dandy, but if you ask me, it should have been a lot more slapstick comedy, ecchi funness, but that's just my opinion and my preference. I absolutely adore this fold out, it's really nice. I'll say, for a Gonzo anime, the animation and overall design of the characters has held up quite well. It still looks nice to this day, I must admit. I'm not a huge fan of the action in the series. Sometimes the action's pretty fun, but sometimes it is kind of boring. Overall, the action's a pretty good meh. Hubba, 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 hubba. Overall, the characters I found to be okay. I mean, I didn't love them, I didn't hate them. There were a few that absolutely cracked me up, and a few that most certainly irritated me. I must say, I really like the fact that this release came with 6 booklets. It's really cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, these booklets don't add a whole lot to the set, but they're most certainly nice additions, coming with a little bit of artwork and some interviews. They're not the best things in the world, but I must say, they're fun. My thoughts on the ending? It came off immensely forced and wasn't all it earned. I really don't like the ending to the series. It feels kind of forced and unnecessary, and it just comes out of nowhere, and it feels very like, oh, we ran out of time, let's just end it, and it didn't really have a nice build-up. It just all sort of happened, in my opinion. Overall, Witchblade has some okay ecchi scenes, but for the most part they come off a bit unnecessary. It should have took itself a little less seriously, but I guess the drama isn't bad. The characters are likable at times, but equally kind of dislikable. For the most part, they come off okay. The comedy at times is quite funny. In fact, I think the comedy might be the best bit of the show. If you're looking for a fun time waster that isn't going to change your world, maybe check out Witchblade, I suppose. Next, we have what might be my favorite Gonzo anime, Afro Samurai. Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson. That is what makes this anime good. L delivers perhaps one of my favorite performances of his. He truly embodies Afro Samurai, and he elevates the character and the performance to the next fucking level. It's awesome. You're reading correctly, this series does not have a Japanese dub, it is purely in English. For a lot of sub fans, that is heresy, and for a lot of dub fans, it really doesn't matter, I suppose. I love the finish for this case. It looks so nice and has a really nice texture and feel to it. The animation is perhaps the best and worst part of this anime outside of L's performance. Also, I really like the magnetized bit, it's really fun. The reason why the animation is the best and worst part is, at times the animation is so stylized and so detailed, I genuinely couldn't follow what was happening because so many things were moving at 1 second, it was hurting my eyes. But equally, the really nice detail and stylization of this anime's animation is really nice. So it's a little off-putting at first, but equally is quite nice once you get used to it. The characters aren't really much to scream home about, nor is the story. Samuel, he's a dude. He wants to go kick this dude's ass who's the #1 because the #1 killed his father who used to be the #1. It's sad, it's tragic, it's badass, and it overall works. It's not trying to change the world, it's just trying to add excuse to why Samuel Jackson's going around with a sword kicking ass. But yes, Afro is a fun character, he's your standard silent type, and he has a comedic sidekick who's also pretty standard, but pretty likable. The action is overall pretty damn fun, I must admit. And at times it's quite ludicrous. If I'm not mistaken, there's a person with a machine gun crossbow, or was it a grenade launching crossbow? Or was it a grenade launching machine gun crossbow? I can't remember which one precisely. Point is, the action can be quite ludicrous, but in a fun way. This disc is such a pain in the ass to pull out. The way they have this case makes it really difficult to get this out, and I really don't like that. Do note that if getting this released, this can be a bit of a pain. Nice. Really nice. Overall, Afro Samurai may very well be exactly what you're expecting. Lone, silent type walking around with his friend, kicking ass, taking names, and being badass. Samuel L. Jackson's performance is perhaps what truly highlights this anime and truly makes it one of my favorites. Highly recommended if you're looking for dumb actionist fun that doesn't last too long. Finally, regretfully, one I cannot give my opinion on because I still haven't watched it because yay, backlog! Samurai 7. Fuck, this is perhaps my favorite DVD set I own. It is truly magnificent. Of all the sets I've shown here today, if you're just looking for a really nice collecting item, this is definitely one to get, in my opinion. I have no idea if the animation for this series is good or not, but I gotta say, judging by the character designs, it at the very least aesthetically looks nice. Did that make sense? Probably not. That was my best attempt at whistling. If you have seen Samurai 7, let me know in the comments section down below if it's any good or not. Again, judging by its art style, it's going to be nice. Sorry if this section is going a little bit quicker than the other two, but I haven't seen this anime and I'm not really going to make too many judgments on it because I haven't watched it. To simply put it, I find this disc art to be quite sexually I mean, holy crap, that is just fucking gorgeous right there. And again, I'm well aware that this is not the most rare, hard-to-find set of Samurai 7, but it's just got so much artwork, it's so much loveliness to it that I just can't recommend it enough if you just want something nice on your cabinet. Or shelf, you know, however you display your anime. And now, for what is, in my opinion, the je ne sais quoi of this DVD release, the booklets. Packed full of artwork, interviews, and designs, sketches, and outlines, and every time I do this, I just feel, they're so nice. I love them. Overall, this is an immensely nice DVD set, and in that regard, I recommend it. As far as the show itself, I have no fucking idea. Overall, if you can find any of these DVD sets, I highly recommend you pick them up just for how sheer awesomely they look. I know that's not a word, screw it. The best dub goes to Afro Samurai. God damn it, I screw up my words. Samuel L. Jackson, great performance. Witchblade's dub isn't bad per se, it's just not great either. Not all the actors really got into it. It's certainly not the best Funimation dub I've ever heard, but it's equally not the worst. Difficult to say what best is for price, because I can't really speak for Samurai 7, but I guess by sheer episodes, it's 26 episodes, and it costs $26 on Amazon for a different release, so I guess that's like $1 an episode. That's pretty good. Witchblade, I believe, is 24 episodes, so it's something more like $1 something an episode, which is a little bit worse, so If anything I said here today about these shows interests you, pick them up. If not, then don't. Thanks very much for watching and for tolerating me. My sincerest apologies for any and all word screw-ups. Sorry it's a bit longer than normal than these Let's Take a Look Ats go on for, but these were really big box sets and it takes a while to go through something with this much shit. And this was me like cutting it down a little bit. I actually do have unboxings for all 3 of these shows, so if you're interested in any of them, let me know and I'll give you a link. I'm not going to bother putting it in the description because this is more pain to more work. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Have a nice day and goodbye. He kicks ass with a motherfucking sword, bitch!